Welcome back to the class Pollution of Air and Water. In the last class we have discussed about greenhouse effect. Now we shall move on to the other topic, that is carbon dioxide and global warming. On one hand, carbon dioxide is continuously being released because of human activities. What are those human activities? Means we are going to exhale, inhale oxygen, and we are going to exhale which one, that is carbon dioxide. And even by the time whenever we are going to burn any other substances, thereby also what happen, in an incomplete combustion we can see carbon particles which are released. Along with that, if you are going to burn any other substances, whatever may be the factories or industries, so all these are going to release which one, that is carbon dioxide. That is why they're telling we are going to release the carbon dioxide in a environment. Area under forest is decreasing, isn't it? So the area under forest is decreasing, and that area are utilizing for the other purposes, for the construction of any other buildings. Plants utilize, we all know that is plants are going to utilize carbon dioxide from the atmosphere for the photosynthesis. So thereby what happened, decreasing in the amount of carbon dioxide in the air. Because why they are telling decreasing, so since plants are going to utilize carbon dioxide, but the area of for the forest is decreasing, the number of plants are also what happens is decreasing. As number of plants are decreasing, the amount of utilizing of carbon dioxide is also what happened decreasing. So there will be more amount of which one, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Deforestation is nothing but we all know that is cutting off number of forests, isn't it, for their purpose. So deforestation leads to an increase in the amount of which one, carbon dioxide in the air, because the number of trees which consumes carbon dioxide is reduced. As number of forests are cut for the various purpose, even the utilization of carbon dioxide for the photosynthesis process or even for the other process by the plants, what happen is decreasing day by day. Human activities thus contribute to the accumulation of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, isn't it? So since human activities, what happen, the burning or even fuel utilization or nuclear weapons, a number of activities what happen has mainly increased in the accumulation of which one, they are telling carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, what happens, last time only I have showed you that carbon dioxide, they are going to trap the heat and does not allow it to escape from the space. So once again these, the heat which has been trapped, what happened, or the rays which are coming from the sun, it has to be reflected back to the space, but the carbon dioxide does not allow the trapped heat to reflect back to the surface. So thereby what happens, since it does not reflect to the space, as a result the average temperature of a earth relatively what happens will be increases, gradually increases, and that they are going to call it as a global warming. So here I'm not saying the earth temperature is increasing 1.1, day by day what happens, 0.0 something temperature what happens is increasing. Thus why it is leading to which one, that is global warming. So the other gases like nitrogen oxide, methane, and water vapor also contribute this effect like carbon dioxide. They are also called as which one? Greenhouse gases. So number of gases are called as greenhouse gases because they are mainly responsible for the increasing of which one, that is temperature on a earth. So what do you mean by global warming then? You can see in this picture the earth, the half side of a earth is clear and the other side of the earth is burning like anything. So here burning like anything means you can see a fire like, means it is understood the earth is not burning with the fire, but the temperature is increasing day by day, making the earth hotter. They are going to call it as global warming. Global warming has become a major concern for government worldwide, isn't it? whatever may be the governments in the world, they all are mainly concerned with which one, that is a global warming. Many countries have reached an agreement to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases. That is why even nowadays you can see that is many of the governments are saying not to use a lead petrols, and even instead of using petrol and diesel, they are recommending to use CNG, that is liquefied petroleum gas, or even so CNG, natural compressed gases, that is LPG, and even CNG are morely what happen, they are suggested rather than petrol and diesel, and not to burn, that is cow dung fuels whatever we are using, and fireworks are also has to stop, isn't it, because to reduce the temperature. The Kyoto Protocol is one of the such agreement. Bojo is surprised to hear that an increase in the Earth's temperature by even a little as 0.5% can have such a serious effect. Paheli tells him that she had read in the newspaper recently that Gangotri Glacier in the Himalayas has started melting because of a global warming. As global warming is taking place, the glaciers of Earth, what happened, has started to melt. Just imagine these glaciers, the water, what happened, not only the water which is available in the ocean, some amount, that is nearly 2% of water are in the form of a glaciers. When these ice start to melt means what happen, the melted ice, what happen in the form of a water, will start to reach which one, that is ocean. As the ocean water level increases means what happen, the water will start to spill side by side, so thereby the people who are living around that area, what happen, will be submerged with which one they are telling, water. So number of species will be submerged with water because of this global warming. Then what can be done to reduce air pollution? There are a number of steps. There are many success stories in our fight against air pollution. For example, a few years ago, Delhi was one of the most polluted cities in the world. It was being choked by fumes released from automobiles running on diesel and petrol. A decision was taken to switch to fuels like CNG and unleaded petrol. These measures have resulted in cleaner air for the city. So hereby, what happens apart from these, even you might have noticed in a Bengaluru and even in a Delhi, to control the vehicles population, they have given that is odd numbers and even number. The odd number vehicles on one day means even number vehicles on the other day. So all these strategy, what happened, these strategies will mainly responsible for the control of which one they are telling, that is air pollution. The next, the quality of air at various locations is monitored regularly by government and other agencies. We can now use this data to generate awareness about air pollution among friends and neighbors. There is a need to switch over alternative fuels instead of the fossil fuels for energy requirements. These could be solar energy, hydropower energy, and even wind energy. The solar energy, or the energy which is utilized by the water and the air, whatever the energy which is provided by the air, all these what happen have no effects on the environment. But by the time when we start to burn the fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, they release more number of toxic substances. Even the government says that is say no to the crackers. I think now recently, few days back, you all have celebrated Deepavali with no crackers, isn't it? Because these crackers all will release a toxic poisonous like substances to the environment. That is why what happened, the elders are saying to preserve our environment or to save our environment, we must say no to which one, that is for the crackers, and say hi to only light lamps. So that what happened, lamps will provide that is a light, but the crackers, they are going to release excess of heat and even chemicals to our environment. So that what happened, so instead of using crackers, we can also use only lamps means, so thereby air pollution can also be reduced to some extent. So also some contributions on our part can make a huge differences in the state of our environment. We can plant trees and nurture the ones already present in our neighborhood. You know that is Vana Mahotsava is celebrated every fifth, isn't it? So thereby what happened, by the time whenever we are going to plant number of sampling, thereby these plant will start to absorb the number of carbon dioxide particles, and thereby they can decrease the amount of this global warming, or even greenhouse gases can also be trapped by these plants, and the temperature of earth also can be reduced to some extent. So later what happened, the earth will become cleaner and even that is cleanest. So that is why the government will suggest to have more number of plants and trees. That is why the government, apart from that, even the students or the children of every country, what happened, they must show that is the interest on which one to nurture number of plant saplings to prevent a earth.